the Great Northwoods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, a jury considers a verdict in the trial of a Milford man accused of attempted murder. Plus, we'll also hear about a referendum effort that's taking shape to improve gun safety in the state of Maine. And we'll hear about a nationwide egg shortage and how it could impact Mainers. Good morning, everyone. I'm Craig Colson. Emma Smith will join us in just a little while. We're going to have all the day's news coming up, but first we're going to kick things off with a check of that forecast. Looks like kind of a quiet day ahead today. Let's turn things right over to Devin Biggs for a look at that forecast.
Hey, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Happy Friday. We've made it to the end of the week. Yesterday didn't start off too bad. In fact, the day wasn't horrible either. We had temperatures in the 20s, a little bit cooler further off towards the north. But now this morning, temperatures have really gotten cold. These are the low temperatures so far this morning. Many of us seeing single digits and even below zero temperatures further off towards the north. Meanwhile, there's one small area of a small craft advisory that is expiring this morning as the wave heights begin to calm down. Meanwhile, on land, not looking too bad. A quiet day expected with a partly cloudy sky. We're seeing a few clouds this morning, but that's about it. And overall, it will be a little bit breezy at times too. But otherwise, the rest of the Northeast not looking too bad. Looks like some lake effect snow developing in a few spots, but that's about it as well. But futurecast showing that partly cloudy sky today. We will become mostly clear later on tonight. Sunshine on the way as we start things off for your Saturday. Some gusty winds getting close to about 20, maybe 25 miles per hour today. The winds, for the most part, calming down later on tonight. There may be a few gusts on the way as we head towards your Saturday. For today, mid-20s, partly cloudy and breezy. Northwest wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 2 below, mostly clear, and that northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing a lot of sunshine, some clouds for the afternoon with temperatures warming into the 20s. Your full fine day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you, Devin. We'll see you a little later on. Well, there's word this morning that a Milford man has been found guilty of attempted murder. Devon Carter was accused of striking the woman in the head multiple times with a hammer. As Alex Schley reports, the jury began their deliberations late Thursday afternoon.
To day 3 of the Devon Carter aggravated attempted murder trial. His fate is now in the hands of a 12-person jury. Carter's on trial for allegedly attempting to murder his girlfriend by repeatedly hitting her with a hammer. The Milford man faces multiple charges, including aggravated attempted murder, elevated aggravated murder, and kidnapping. To kick off day 3, the trial jury heard from a series of forensic scientists from the Maine State Crime Lab, who explained how they confirmed crime scene evidence had been handled by Carter and the victim. After witness testimony, Carter announced he will not be taking the stand. The defense pushed for an acquittal, arguing the state failed to meet the legal standards. However, the judge denied the request. After lunch, each side gave their closing argument. The state prosecutor made their case that Carter was guilty of elevated aggravated assault and lesser charges.
He told Tara multiple times she was going to die. Tara told you that over the course of the attack, the defendant told her multiple times that she was going to die that day. She told you that he asked when her sons would be home because they were going to find her in pieces.
While the defense's attorney did acknowledge their defendant did get into an altercation with the accuser, they do not believe that he is guilty of these charges.
This is not a case where we are arguing that Mr. Carter did not commit a crime. Rather, it's what crime did he commit.
They also worked to paint a picture of a man suffering from addiction.
The same interview reveals that a large red container full of meth was unaccounted for, and I submit to you that they smoked it all, passing the pipe back and forth as Tara described.
The jury was handed the case just before 4 o'clock Thursday afternoon after being charged by the judge.
And again, that was Alex Schley reporting. There's word this morning that Carter was found guilty, and we'll have more on that story later on today. Well, meanwhile, authorities say they've confirmed the location of that sunken fishing vessel's sudden impact and observed what is believed to be a body on board. According to the Department of Marine Resources, crews took advantage of the slack water, and by using underwater technology, they identified and confirmed the location of the vessel Wednesday night, 160 feet beneath the surface near Moose Cove in eastern Washington County. Aboard sudden impact were Chester and Aaron Barrett, a father and son from South Addison, who were first reported missing Saturday evening. Authorities say the two departed Cobscook Bay State Park at around 5 a.m. and they plan to seek refuge in Cutler after facing unfavorable sea conditions. Marine Resources say recovery efforts were not possible during the latest effort, and the Maine Marine Patrol will now work with the family to determine the next steps in the process. More charges may be filed against a Lincoln man described as a serial robber. 23-year-old Scott Dorn of Lincoln was arrested Wednesday night after police received a report of another robbery at a Circle K on Broadway near the I-95 exit ramp. Someone spotted the vehicle he was driving, and a police officer later spotted it and stopped it on the Griffin Road. That's where Dorn was taken into custody. Officials say he was wearing clothing that matched the description from the previous robberies. He's now in jail, charged with robbery and criminal threatening with a dangerous weapon. Police say Dorn is suspected of 2 previous robberies at the Circle K over the past 2 weeks and also robbing the Big Apple on State Street earlier this week. And he may be facing more charges in connection with those robberies. A Bangor man is facing charges after police found sexually explicit images of children in his home. Detective Lieutenant Brent Bulya says detectives with the Bangor Police Department's Criminal Investigation Division began an investigation into the residence of 42-year-old Michael Kilty based on a tip from the Maine State Police Computer Crimes Unit. Bulya says the tip indicated sexually explicit material was being shared from that location. According to Bulya, police searched the residence on January 17th. He says they seized videos that depict sexually explicit material of children under the age of 12. Kilty was arrested on Wednesday. He's now being charged with possession of sexually explicit material. Well, a close call yesterday morning in Newburgh as 2 vehicles collided at a busy intersection. Penobscot County Sheriff's Office tells us that a sedan and an SUV were involved in an accident at North Road and Carmel Road North at around 10:30 Thursday morning. The preliminary investigation says that one of the vehicles failed to yield at North Road and hit the other car traveling into the intersection. One person was sent to the hospital with minor injuries. The Sheriff's Office wants to let people know that it is best to slow down when approaching intersections. This accident could have been much worse. Maine voters may have the opportunity to vote on a proposed red flag law during the November referendum election. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bichard has that story.
Well, a current yellow flag law has to only be initiated by law enforcement. It completely disempowers family members.
Supporters of new gun safety laws held a rally at the State House on Thursday to announce that they gathered and submitted over 80,000 signatures for a citizens' initiative referendum vote on a proposed red flag law. Nicole Palmer, the executive director of the Maine Gun Safety Coalition, says the difference between our current yellow flag law and the proposed red flag law is the ability for family members to petition a court to temporarily remove guns from a person deemed to be a threat to themselves or others. With President Trump in the White House and Republicans controlling both chambers of Congress, Palmer says their best chance at getting gun reforms passed is at the state level.
There was one bipartisan law passed in the last 30 years, and that was under the Biden administration. And unfortunately, the current administration has made clear that they will not support gun safety measures. So we don't expect for the trend to change.
Palmer says people have been mostly supportive of the measure during their signature gathering last November.
I actually gathered petition signatures myself on Election Day, so I got to speak to a lot of voters, and there was broad support for this measure.
Opposition groups are already speaking out, with the Gun Owners of Maine saying in a statement, quote, "While the Maine Gun Safety Coalition continues to utilize emotional pleas in an attempt to manipulate the people of Maine, Gun Owners of Maine will stand ready with the facts and will continue to defend the rights of responsible gun owners in the face of the anti-gun rights lobby's attempt to turn Maine into states like New York, Illinois, and California," end quote. As long as the signatures are validated by the Secretary of State's office, the red flag law will be a referendum question on the November 2025 ballot. At the State House, I'm Corey Bichard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, meanwhile, Penobscot County is expected to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars more this year boarding inmates to other jails throughout the state as facilities raise their costs. This comes as county officials say the jail cannot physically house the rate of inmates coming in. Our Grace Blanchard has more.
This is happening every day, and it's occurred for the past several years. Penobscot County Sheriff says the county jail is sending inmates to other facilities at an alarming rate due to overcrowding and backlogs in the judicial system.
Our population can fluctuate every day from 10 to 30 inmates. We have no idea how many new individuals are being brought into the facility, new arrests being brought in from time to time.
Inmates are boarded out when Penobscot County reaches its state-mandated capacity of 157 people.
So we simply don't have the bed capacity to meet today's correctional needs.
According to county officials, last year the county spent roughly $2.1 million outboarding people at a rate of $85 per person each day. With the latest increase up to $100 per person, they're expecting that to reach possibly $2.5 million or more this year.
This boarding out is not going to get any better.
County Administrator Scott Adkins says the increase in costs come as other county jails face similar funding constraints from the state.
The clog at our judicial centers, which keeps our inmates in our facility, is really a backlog in the entire system.
The county has been debating building a new jail facility for years.
This building certainly has outlived itself. It's not cost effective, it's not safe, and it's not humane.
Sheriff Morton says eliminating the need to board people out with a larger facility would allow them to focus on other needs.
We could save the money from boarding out. We could provide the programming that individuals and our agency want to provide, but we need a correctional facility that meets today's correctional needs.
In Bangor, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And the time now is 6:11. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, egg prices are expected to grow as the nation deals with an outbreak of avian flu. We'll hear how it could impact your trip to the local grocery store in Maine. But first, another check of the forecast. Not a bad day ahead today. Looks like a partly cloudy and breezy day with highs near 26 degrees. Mostly clear tonight with the lows dropping down to around -2. Tomorrow for Saturday, a mostly sunny day with highs near 22 degrees. We'll be right back.
Your favorite restaurants for half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
Opa, a Greek Mediterranean dining experience like no other, serving the finest Greek dishes in central Maine. Let executive chef Gage Derbyshire prepare your food while you enjoy a drink. Opa, it's all Greek to me.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
You come alive in the dead of winter and start work early on snow days because snowed in is not an option. The Kubota Snow lineup of compact tractors, RTVs, and versatile attachments are built to move, plow, blow, and thrive in the winter. So when the snow falls, you could rise to meet it. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 84 months, plus save up to $300.
Available at Doors Equipment, 1468 Outer Hammond Street, Bangor.
Put a little more cash in your bank. Save money with half off deals at foxbangor.com.
In this courtroom,
I see somebody who's lying to me.
if you lied,
You got zero evidence!
you will be
I'm screwed.
denied.
Is he lying?
He was intoxicated.
What? Real cases.
What about that?
Real litigants.
You got denied.
The People's Court.
All this week at 4 on ABC 7.
Welcome back, everyone. Congressman Jared Golden of Maine and Jeff Van Drew of New Jersey have introduced legislation that they say would guarantee Gulf of Maine fishing waters are protected from offshore wind development. A statement from the congressman says nearly 83% of lobster harvested in the Gulf of Maine is hauled by Maine lobstermen, and the area is also critical fishing grounds for other species, including halibut, flounder, mussels, clams, and scallops. The statement says while the Maine legislature enacted a ban on offshore wind development in state-controlled waters, Mainers harvest more than 20 million pounds of lobster from federal waters each year, a haul the congressmen say could be threatened by the development of wind farms in that area. Congressman Golden said, quote, Maine's fishermen deserve to know that waters critical to our historic high-value industry are protected, not by promises, but by federal law. Well, more than $6 million has been targeted for economic development projects here in Maine. That money comes from the Northern Border Regional Commission's Catalyst program and Forest Economy program. It will support projects aimed at strengthening economic opportunity in communities all across 5 Maine counties. Some of the projects include money to replace the 100-year-old water main in Dover-Foxcroft and funding to support a shared-use commercial kitchen for startup businesses here in Bangor. It also includes money for the Loring Development Authority of Maine and the Passamaquoddy tribe as well. A growing bird flu outbreak has caused a nationwide shortage of eggs. Our Doug Banks spoke with a University of Maine professor to learn more about that situation.
You can lose your entire livelihood if you're impacted with this disease and then have to dispatch your entire flock.
The country is currently facing an egg shortage. According to University of Maine professor Colt Knight, the primary cause behind it is highly pathogenic avian influenza, commonly referred to as the bird flu. But this recent egg shortage isn't new. Knight says this has been impacting our country for the last few years, beginning when migratory birds carrying the disease came over from Nova Scotia.
Last April, we had lost 58 million birds, and from then till now, it's now 138 million. So it's not gone away.
Knight says in the past quarter alone, 20 million hens have been lost. With inflation driving food prices up, Knight says that despite the shortage, the percentage of egg consumption from consumers is up roughly 5%.
Because it's still relatively cheap compared to some of your other proteins.
While the impacts of this are being felt in restaurants and grocery stores, Knight says it's the farmers and their livelihoods at stake.
It's a real gut punch whenever you lose animals, whether it's natural causes or disease or anything. These livestock farmers, they put their whole heart and soul into raising animals, and they hate to see anything happen to them. There's a big mental health crisis that goes along with some of these outbreaks. It's their whole life. So if anything negative happens to those animals, it's a real psychological impact on those folks.
In Orono, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And the time now is 6:17. Coming up after the break, we'll hear why it's a good idea to keep an eye on your car's tire pressure as the temperatures continue to drop. Plus, the latest on President Trump's crackdown on illegal immigration and a big setback in his effort to end birthright citizenship. Those stories and more coming up on Good Morning Maine.
The Farmer's Table in Corinna brings you outstanding breakfasts, lunches, and dinners made from farm-grown fresh ingredients. Dinner specials are available every day. Enjoy our homemade desserts, and above all, bring your appetite to the Farmer's Table in Corinna.
I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. One of our clients was a man whose family contacted me after he was badly injured in a hit and run. As a former prosecutor, I was able to work with the police and the DA's office to identify the driver and prove that he was drunk when the accident happened. It was that work that allowed us to get him a $500,000 settlement. If you've been hurt by a drunk driver, call me. I'm your go-to guy.
Hurt by a drunk driver? Call the twos.
If you haven't walked through the showroom at Davis Brothers Furniture in a while, we invite you to come take a look. At Davis Brothers, we've always strived to stand out from the rest. For decades now, the goal has been the same. Give people a reason to travel from all over the state and beyond to Davis Brothers Furniture in Guilford. Everything in our showroom is designed with you in mind, from a rustic lodge and barn look to traditional and even contemporary furniture. It's more than just a unique look, it's a lifestyle. Davis Brothers Furniture, deliberately different.
The Farmer's Table in Corinna brings you outstanding breakfasts, lunches, and dinners made from farm-grown fresh ingredients. Dinner specials are available every day. Enjoy our homemade desserts, and above all, bring your appetite to the Farmer's Table in Corinna.
Detroit drivers are having an increasing number of cars stranded on the side of the highway during the couple of days of freezing weather. And that's why vehicle experts are reminding people that the cold weather can also affect your cars. Mechanics say some of the most common causes for flat tires this time of year are potholes, but they say that cold weather conditions don't help the situation.
This cold, it shrinks the air down. So now your tire is deflated. Now you're driving on it like this, you're wearing the tread down, you're bending the belts, and they end up getting flat tires.
When your tire goes flat, your vehicle may experience even more damage.
One little pothole, bump, and your tire's gone.
Now, when your tire goes flat, your vehicle may experience even more damage. Mechanics say take your vehicle to an auto shop and have your tires checked as part of your winter maintenance. It's always a good idea this time of year to keep a check on the tire pressure because they really do go down. All right, time now 6:20. Let's get a full look at that weather forecast. Looks like more cold weather ahead.
Hey, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. We have a small crowd advisory that is expiring this morning as the wave heights begin to calm down. So since we're talking about the wave heights, let's check on them right now. Still a little bit active out there at around 2 to 4 feet, but they've calmed down enough to where they're allowing the advisory to expire. But for now, here's what we're looking at this morning. A rather quiet start with a few passing clouds, but really that's about it. We will be under a partly cloudy sky moving forward. The rest of the northeast, just a little bit of lake effect still developing in some spots. Otherwise, for us, we're looking pretty good as we move forward today. Futurecast moving forward, we will be under a partly cloudy sky today. Any clouds that develop will begin to back off later on tonight, as will then become mostly clear. As we head towards your Saturday, a lot of sunshine to start, and we'll hold on to sunshine all day long. Maybe a little bit of clouds to the north, but that's about it. By Saturday night, notice some clouds will be passing through, and as we head towards your Sunday, maybe a slight chance for snow that we'll need to keep an eye on. But for now, the focus will also be on the gusty winds. Those could reach up to about 20 to even 25 miles per hour today before they start to calm down for the most part later on tonight. A few scattered gusts still cannot be ruled out at times for a few of us. Then once we head towards tomorrow, not looking too bad in the wind department either. Maybe a quick gust up to 15 miles per hour, and that's about it. Now, temperatures yesterday mid into the mid-20s in some spots. It was warmer to the south, almost 30s close to the Rockland area, but further off towards the north, it was a little bit cooler in the northern side of the state. And then, of course, this morning it has gotten cold out there. Temperatures again in the single digits, if not even below zero further off towards the north. These numbers may fall a little bit more before we hit our final low temperatures this morning. But for now, our average high temperature is 27 degrees. We'll do mid-20s, so we're close to average today. And then lower 20s Saturday. And then we're back in the low 30s Sunday into Monday, mid-30s Tuesday. And then here we go, a cool down Wednesday and Thursday. We are back in the teens. So your forecast for today, mid-20s, partly cloudy and breezy. Northwest wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. By tonight, here we go, 2 below under a mostly clear sky, and the northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, we have lower 20s under a mostly sunny sky, and that west wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, let's check out your extended forecast. Partly cloudy Sunday with a slight chance for snow and highs in the low 30s. Mostly cloudy Monday with highs in the low 30s. Then there it is, a chance for rain and snow on Tuesday with highs above freezing in the mid-30s.
This intrigued me a little more into the engine side of things. And being able to be hands-on at all times makes it the funnest.
She's the New York Times #1 best-selling author. And this morning on GMA, the wait is over. Rebecca Yarros is live. Her first TV interview anywhere about her new book millions of fans have been waiting for. What will she reveal? Don't miss Rebecca Yarros this morning on Good Morning America.
Your favorite restaurants were half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
Goose River Farm and Meat Store is conveniently located on Route 3 across from Hammond Lumber in Belfast. They have a wide selection of meat and poultry, including beef, pork, lamb, chicken, duck, rabbit, and turkey. Open Tuesday through Saturday.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Winter is a time to get outside and enjoy all that Maine has to offer. And when it's time to come inside, rest assured everything's toasty because of your Fujitsu heat pump from Valley Home Services. The comfort and warmth of home means more on days like these. Push a button and you'll be snuggling up on the couch in no time. Valley Home Services offers reliable rebates, significant energy savings, and expert installation. Embrace the comfort of Fujitsu heat pumps from Valley Home Services. Call or click today.
You hired the defendants to print and install a wrap on your truck. Did you have a problem with the way the design was printed?
When I actually got it, it was blurry.
Hot Bench. Friday at 3 on ABC 7.
I'm currently enrolled in the power sports program. I've always been interested in four-wheelers. I plan to work in an outboard shop. This program is preparing me for that.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Welcome back, everyone. Now to President Trump's immigration crackdown. Some big city mayors are protesting new arrests carried out in recent hours.
The arrests coming as President Trump's executive order on birthright citizenship faces a major setback. ABC's Perry Russum has the details.
This morning, federal authorities confirmed the arrests of more than 500 undocumented migrants yesterday alone. Agents seen taking people into custody in multiple cities, including New York and Boston.
I wouldn't describe them as raids. What it seems to be is what we expected and what I support, which is the apprehension of criminals in our communities.
Sources say those operations have been routine. Most of the arrests appear to be suspected criminals. But in Newark, New Jersey, the mayor says agents detained multiple people at a restaurant without a warrant, including U.S. citizens and a military veteran. The restaurant owner claims agents took 3 employees into custody after they were unable to show documentation.
I feel that we have to be a country with law, but go after bad people, not working people. These are family people. These are people that show up to work every day.
New signs of President Trump's immigration crackdown are appearing along the southern border. 2 Osprey helicopters landing near the border of Tijuana and San Diego. On board, some of the 1,500 troops deployed this week.
So these trucks right here and those 2 helicopters that are landing as we speak, they're bringing supplies as a part of the very first steps of this deployment of the U.S. military down here to the U.S.-Mexico border.
One of Trump's executive orders already suffering a setback. A federal judge temporarily blocking Trump's order seeking to end birthright citizenship. The judge appointed by President Ronald Reagan calling Trump's order blatantly unconstitutional. Another hearing is scheduled in 2 weeks.
Obviously, we'll appeal it.
Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
President Trump threatening blanket tariffs on products not made in the United States, telling world business leaders if their products are not made on U.S. soil, they will be taxed. Trump claims the extra money will bring in billions of dollars for the United States, but questions remain over who will pay the bill. Trump speaking remotely to business leaders from all around the world, gathering at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland.
My message to every business in the world is very simple. Come make your product in America, and we will give you among the lowest taxes of any nation on earth.
Trump threatening tariffs on America's top trading partners, Mexico and Canada. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says if Trump imposes tariffs on Canada, 2 things will happen.
1, Canada will have a strong, robust response, because we don't want this, but we will respond if necessary. And 2, prices for American consumers on just about everything will go up.
Trump also demanding the Federal Reserve drop interest rates immediately, despite the Federal Reserve being independent of executive and legislative influence.
Well, Meta is denying claims that some users are being forced to follow President Donald Trump's official accounts and on its platforms. On Monday, following President Trump's inauguration, some Facebook and Instagram users reported that their accounts followed the president, Vice President J.D. Vance, and First Lady Melania Trump's official accounts without their permission. Some users claim that when they tried to unfollow the pages, they were unable to do so. Meta says users who had previously followed the official POTUS account when Biden was in office automatically followed the account, and changes were made to reflect Mr. Trump taking office. Meta says the same procedure took place during the last presidential transition as well.
A procession was held Thursday in Vermont for a slain Border Patrol agent. Agent David Malland was killed in the line of duty during a traffic stop near the Canadian border. A German national on a current visa was also killed during the incident, and a suspect, who was also injured, was taken into custody.
Well, members of the family who own Purdue Pharma, which manufactures the painkiller OxyContin along with the company itself, have agreed to pay up to $7.4 billion to settle some lawsuits. The legal actions concern the toll the powerful prescription drug has taken on people who've used it. Attorneys general from several states announced the settlement on Thursday. The deal replaces a previous settlement agreement that was rejected last year by the U.S. Supreme Court. In the new one, the Sacklers agreed to personally pay up to $6.5 billion over 15 years. The rest will come from the company. The family is also barred from selling opioids in the U.S. and lose their control of Purdue Pharma. OxyContin has been blamed in part for contributing significantly to the deadly opioid crisis all around America.
But 23 years ago, I was a 21-year-old with a simple back injury that went to her primary care and was given a prescription for OxyContin. I was not given any education or information about how addictive and powerful that opioid was. I never knew that for the next 23 years, my life, everything I did would be affected by the small action of taking a pill.
Well, a portion of the money will be going to victims of the opioid crisis or their survivors, something that most opioid settlements do not include. There's also a big problem here in the state of Maine, too. I think it really started down in Washington County.
Washington and Penobscot.
Yeah.
Penobscot was one of the worst counties in the entire nation as far as this opioid problem went.
Touched a lot of families around here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, coming up on the second half of the newscast, all the latest news from showbiz.
As Good Morning Maine continues.
Come stop by Triple S Tack Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
When it's time to replace your windows or doors, get the benefits of over 75 years of experience in building product sales and service from Hammond Lumber Company. In-store showroom displays with the latest design trends from top manufacturers. Knowledgeable, fully trained salespeople and in-house design services. A team of certified techs providing service after the sale, and job site delivery from 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. When it's time for new windows and doors, it's time to bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
Friday nights are for basketball fans. Friday Night Fast Break is your source for everything that is Maine high school basketball. Highlights and local analysis. It's the only show that hits every corner of Maine's hardwood hoop landscape, high school, college, and professional. Join us Friday night during basketball season for Friday Night Fast Break on ABC7 News at 11. Brought to you by Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer with 30 locations, owned and operated by a Maine family that cares. Rowell's Garage has been serving customers in the greater Dover-Foxcroft region since 1946. Our goal is not just selling you a vehicle, but also giving you quality service to maintain your vehicle at peak performance. Browse our inventory online or in person. Whether it's a car, truck, or SUV, we can put you in the vehicle that is right for you. Sales, service, and parts. Rowell's Garage. Doing business the right way every day.
You're watching ABC7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Friday, January 24th, 2025. It's also National Compliment Day.
The power of a compliment is pretty remarkable. Whether you're giving or receiving one, a compliment can boost your happiness and confidence. You never know when somebody could use some good vibes, so this is a day to spread some positivity by giving someone a reason to smile. It's just nice to be nice.
It's nice to be nice. I hate to get compliments myself because it makes me feel kind of funny, but I love to give them. I give them all the time if there's something to compliment.
I know.
You might turn somebody's day around.
I know. I think it's good to compliment yourself sometimes too when you need it. That's always a good reminder if you're one of those people that finds it hard to accept a compliment.
Right.
Be nice to yourself as well.
It's nice to get them, even though it makes you feel kind of funny.
I know.
You know?
I know.
So it's like, oh, shucks.
Right, right. Practice receiving compliments as well.
That's a good thing to do too. All right, time for history. It was on this day in history back in 1848 that gold was discovered along the banks of Sutter's Creek, touching off the California gold rush and also changing the course of history in the American West. In 1908, the Boy Scouts movement began in England following a publication that taught boys lessons on tracking, outdoor activities, and doing good deeds. It inspired the creation of the Boy Scouts of America just 2 years later, and then the Girl Scouts of America was created 2 years after that. In 1935, the first canned beer went on sale in the U.S. It was all because of a special partnership between the American Can Company and the Gottfried Krager Brewing Company. It was first tested in Virginia, and after most drinkers approved the taste of canned beer, it went into full production. How about that?
I don't like drinking things out of cans unless it's a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a princess about that.
I prefer bottles myself, but if you're going to a beach somewhere and you don't want to have glass around,
clanging around in your cooler on the way home.
Yeah,
totally.
Cans come in handy.
Yep.
All right. And in 2006, the Walt Disney Company announced a $7.4 billion deal to purchase the animation studio Pixar.
I always forget that. We used to talk about, is it Disney or Pixar?
Right.
Same thing.
That's one thing.
Yeah. In 1989, confessed serial killer Ted Bundy was executed in Florida's electric chair. In 2013, President Obama, Defense Secretary Leon Panetta announced the lifting of a ban on women serving in combat. And in 2003, the Department of Homeland Security began operations in the wake of the 9/11 attacks. In 2018, former sports doctor Larry Nassar was sentenced to up to 175 years in prison for molesting some of the nation's top gymnasts under the guise of performing medical treatments.
Many of them were Olympians. Well, for birthdays today, they include singer Aaron Neville, who turns 84, actor Ed Helms, who you'll remember from The Office and Hangover and many other movies. He's 51 today. And singer Neil Diamond turns 84 years old as well.
Really?
Bum, bum, bum.
Wow, happy birthday.
Sweet Caroline.
Yeah. Ed Helms is one of those guys that you see everywhere, but I just don't think of his name sometimes, even though he's in everything.
Yeah, I don't think of his name either.
He's awesome.
Oh, I know that guy.
Right. He's so awkwardly funny.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on now. It's cold again. The weekend's going to be kind of cold, and we do have a possibility of some snow.
Well, we're good. It looks like we're good the next couple of days, like today and tomorrow. You might see a few flakes out there today.
Yep.
But then, otherwise pretty much quiet around here. Just cold.
Right, just cold. Here's Devin Biggs with that forecast.
Hey, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Happy Friday. We've made it to the end of the week. Yesterday didn't start off too bad. In fact, the day wasn't horrible either. We had temperatures in the 20s, a little bit cooler further off towards the north. But now this morning, temperatures have really gotten cold. These are the low temperatures so far this morning. Many of us seeing single digits and even below zero temperatures farther off towards the north. Meanwhile, there's one small area of a small craft advisory that is expiring this morning as the wave heights begin to calm down. Meanwhile, on land, not looking too bad. A quiet day expected with a partly cloudy sky. We're seeing a few clouds this morning, but that's about it. And overall, it will be a little bit breezy at times too. But otherwise, the rest of the Northeast not looking too bad. Looks like some lake effect snow developing in a few spots, but that's about it as well. But futurecast showing that partly cloudy sky today. We will become mostly clear later on tonight. Sunshine on the way as we start things off for your Saturday. Some gusty winds getting close to about 20, maybe 25 miles per hour today. The winds, for the most part, calming down later on tonight. There may be a few gusts on the way as we head towards your Saturday. For today, mid-20s, partly cloudy and breezy. Northwest wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 2 below, mostly clear, and that northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing a lot of sunshine, some clouds for the afternoon with temperatures warming into the 20s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
And for the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Richard Cantu.
Welcome to the White Lotus in Thailand.
HBO is checking in for another season of The White Lotus. The anthology series has been renewed for season 4, less than a month before season 3 premieres on Max.
Your whole ministry is set up to serve the gemstones. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Well, I ain't. Praise be to He.
Another HBO show, The Righteous Gemstones, will be ending its run with season 4. The final episodes of the televangelist comedy will air in March.
I don't fight for power. I fight the free road for men like them.
But if you're looking for something to watch this weekend, Gladiator 2 is now available to stream. Netflix has season 2 of The Night Agent, and Prime Video debuts the 3rd and final season of Harlem. Fresh off Nosferatu's 4 Oscar nominations, director Robert Eggers has a new project lined up. Variety reports he'll be writing and directing a sequel to the Jim Henson cult classic Labyrinth, which starred the late David Bowie.
If I am unable to find a husband, I shall be ruined.
Perhaps there is an answer.
we could pretend to form an attachment.
And Bridgerton star Regé-Jean Page is 37 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Richard Cantu, ABC News, New York.
A sequel to The Labyrinth? That's really
That'd be
exciting.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, with modern technology and CGI and all that.
I just watched that the other day.
Yeah.
I love that one. All right, right after the break, Tyler Cruz has our sports updates.
When disaster strikes, who do you call? Penobscot Cleaning Services for smoke and fire damage, water and storm damage, and even nasty mold. Who do you call? Penobscot Cleaning Services for the cleanest carpets, guaranteed. Who do you call? Penobscot Cleaning Services, from cleanup to restoration and everything in between. Wow! Tell your insurance company you want Penobscot Cleaning Services. Visit our website for more info. We'll restore things to normal in no time.
My dad got shoved by an employee at the nursing home and broke his hip. When I asked management about it, they tried to cover it up and said it was an accident.
If a serious injury has happened at a nursing home that's brought up cause for concern, call the 2s right now.
Our attorney at Lowry and Associates investigated and found out the truth. The nursing home had to take responsibility for what happened to my dad.
If you suspect nursing home abuse or neglect, we're your go-to lawyers.
A new year and a new adventure with the perfect Chevy to take you anywhere. With pure power unleashed and future-forward technology. Because every mile matters and every path leads to new possibilities.
Qualified Chevy owners who trade in an eligible vehicle can get this 2025 Silverado for around $379 a month. Or current Chevy owners can get $6,500 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Hey, Maine, think you're wicked smart? Well, put your knowledge to the test with me, Ken Jennings, on Jeopardy! Weeknights at 7:30 on ABC 7.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We'll start at the Alphon, where the Maine women's hockey team has won 4 of their last 6 games, and they're looking to fill the Steins tomorrow night against rival UNH. Our Jack Webb has the story.
With our Fill the Steins game tomorrow, we're trying to get the community involved, and I think that the energy in the building is going to be huge. UNH is definitely going to feel it.
Maine women's hockey is filling the Steins and packing the Alphon Friday night against bitter rival UNH, and they invite you to join them.
It's one of the efforts that our sort of team has made this year to get the community involved, and so I think it's a really great idea. I know the girls are going to be out on campus trying to get people in. I think the word is out, so hopefully we get a good turnout for it.
The Black Bears stumbled out of the gate this season, playing 3 of the top 8 teams in the country during non-conference play, but they say that's prepared them for what's to come.
I obviously think that we have grown a lot as a group from Quinnipiac, our first out-of-conference series at the beginning of the season, and then to Wisconsin. Obviously, they are tough games, but in the end, they make you better, and you can learn a lot from them. So I think that definitely played a big role in our growth as a group.
Maine comes into this border battle having won 4 of their last 6 games, playing their best hockey of the season.
We had a really big breakthrough just this weekend where we were kind of having fun but also staying disciplined and playing within our systems, and so I think that's huge, kind of supporting each other through that, and then just kind of staying true to the Maine hockey that we're building.
However, in a rivalry series like this, Coach says it'll come down to the little things against the Wildcats.
So I think it has been kind of right on the tip of our fingers, and we've talked about it's going to come down to discipline. Like, everybody's going to want it just as much, stick position, playing from the inside out. Like, it's going to come down to the little details.
Puck drops Friday night at 6 p.m. at the Alphon. From Orono, Jack Webb, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thank you for that, Jack. We'll head over to the hardwood now, where a number of teams were in action on Thursday. We'll start with a trip up I-95 into Lincoln. Matanocook Academy hosting Dexter in some girls action. Junior Addison Sear chasing her 1,000th point. We'll pick it up first possession of the game. Sear finds Lily Watton, who puts it up to open the scoring. Ensuing possession, here comes Dexter on the attack. Desiree Adams finds Kaylee Dutton, who buries the mid-range J to tie it up. Here come the Lynx now. Megan House finds Sear, Dexter, who gets the and one here and scores her 1,000th point in a Mattanock Academy uniform. Dexter trying to get back into this one after this, but celebration would ensue. Adams finds Dutton again, who stops, pops, gets the bucket to fall, but this one would be all Lynx as Sear returns the favor, feeds house for two. Mattanock wins 57-29. Here's what the star of the night had to say about her milestone.
I mean, it was crazy. It was so loud in here. There's way more people than I expected to be here, but so it was just great.
Moving on now, let's go to Old Town for some Class B boys action. Herman Hawks visiting the Coyotes in a big one. Tournament time just under a month away. Second half, Hawks up. Maddox Kenny gets inside, gets it out to Mason Kinney. He pulls the three, and he drills it. More Herman now in the third quarter. Tyler Corson gets it inside to Brody Hurd here. Hurd back out to Corson. He pulls the three, and he drills that one. That puts the Hawks up 11. They would lead by 13, but here comes Old Town, end of the third. Emmett Byther gets it, pulls up from three at the buzzer, gets the hometown roll from the Mackenzie Jim Rims. That puts Old Town up by one. To the fourth now, Ethan Clausen into Brady Parody. He hits Byther, cutting to the hole, knocks in the reverse layup and one. Coyotes come back to win it 39-30.
I think, it just comes down to grit and getting down to it the whole third quarter and hustling the whole time.
All right, let's go to some college hoops now. Both Maine men and women in action taking on UMass Lowell on Thursday. We'll start with Amy Vachon and her Black Bears at home in the Pit. Maine looking to go 3-0 on the homestand and sweep the season series with the Riverhawks. Third quarter, we'll pick it up. Black Bears up after the half. Caroline Borneman has it. She sends it out to Sarah Hodgson. She catches, shoots, and nails the corner three to open up the second half. Maine on defense now. Esta Blauenfeld comes away with the steal. Excellent bounce pass inside to Paula Gallego. Hits her in stride, and she finishes 4-2. Blauenfeld again running the break. She sends a dime all the way down to Borneman, who connects at the rim to finish it off. Blauenfeld showing off the passing. One more highlight now. J.C. Christopher gets it at the top of the key, pulls the three, and she drills it. Maine wins by 30. It's their third win in a row. Down to Lowell now. Maine men taking on the Riverhawks. Maine looking for their fifth straight win. They are in Lowell for this one. First half, Lowell is up 10 here. Quentin Mincy has it inside, sends it out to Quincy Clark on the wing. He pulls the three and he hits it to put Lowell up 13. Second half now, Maine fighting back. Kellen Tynes gets it to A.J. Lopez. Lopez gets inside, stops in the lane, pivots, turns around, and buries the fadeaway jumper. Later in the half, Maine down one. Keon Burns takes the hit, gets the bucket to go, and the foul. He'd have 28 points in this one. Maine takes the lead. We'd go to overtime. Maine down 4. Lopez gets fouled, floats it up, and sinks it. He would hit it at the line, makes it a 1-point game. On the inbounds now, Maine forces the loose ball. Lopez picks it up, and he scores to put Maine up 1. 5 points for Lopez in the last 10 seconds. One last chance for Lowell is no good. Maine completes the comeback. They win 86-85. Here are some other scores from around the area. Central girls beat Penquist 61-20. Skank girls beat Stearns 48-40. Foxcroft Academy over Dexter in Class C boys action 60-48. And then in overtime, Stearns boys beat Southern Aroostook 64-58. All right, and that is all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Your favorite restaurants were half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
Opa, a Greek Mediterranean dining experience like no other, serving the finest Greek dishes in central Maine. Let Executive Chef Gage Derbyshire prepare your food while you enjoy a drink. Opa! It's all Greek to me.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Hello, this is George Whelan with Down East Direct Cremation. Now, anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year, from the comfort of your desktop or the convenience of your mobile device, you can summon transport and arrange a simple, affordable, respectful Down East Direct Cremation for your deceased loved one. Just by using the button exclusively at downeastdirectcremation.com. All you need is the location address of the person who has died, their vital statistics information, a valid credit card for payment, and that's it. No need to pick up the telephone, no need to answer a bunch of questions, no need to come into the store, and it's still just $9.75 complete. It's so easy, even I can do it. For more information, visit us at downeastdirectcremation.com or call us at 207-273-5400. 225-5332. Simple, affordable, respectful. The Button, only at downeastdirectcremation.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, usually people will use a small shovel or broom to remove the snow from their cars after a storm, but a man in North Carolina is using a unique way to clean off his car from the snow.
Marlon Eschleman is using a leaf blower to clear snow from cars in his neighborhood in Wake Forest. This comes after a major snowstorm spread heavy snow, sleet, and freezing rain across parts of the Florida Panhandle, Georgia, and the coastal Carolinas on Wednesday, after breaking snow records in Texas and Louisiana. The National Weather Service says New Orleans set a record for snowfall on Tuesday with nearly 10 inches. Severe Arctic air has also plunged much of the Midwest and the eastern U.S. into a deep freeze.
I've done the same thing before.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
I was like, why didn't I ever think of that?
Yeah, you have to do it, though, with that light and fluffy snow that just kind of blows around, because if it's that wet stuff, it doesn't really work as well.
Right. Yeah. Right. You'd have to have kind of like the jetpack leaf blower to do that.
I've got one of those handheld things now. I think it would take the paint off a car. It's so strong.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I got to try that next time it snows.
Yeah. Just be careful. Hopefully you don't have any rust spots. Well, a historic storm in New Orleans turned streets into hockey rinks. Jay Krupp, a retired professional hockey player, was spotted on the icy streets on Tuesday with his skates, a stick, and a puck. The impromptu hockey rink follows New Orleans' rare blizzard, which broke the original one-day snow total record of 2.7 inches set in 1963. Parts of the city recorded 9.5 inches of snow by Tuesday evening. Looks like a really good skating rink, too.
Yeah, might as well have fun.
I know.
With it. So.
It's kind of cold enough right now to go pond skating in our area, too.
I think the ice is probably getting thick enough in most places right now. Again, you always want to check with the locals and make sure that you're going out where it's safe. You don't want to go where there's any inlets or anything like that. But
Definitely.
Yeah, get out there and have some fun.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, now here's meteorologist Evan Biggs with our full weather forecast.
Hey, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. We have a small crowd advisory that is expiring this morning as the wave heights begin to calm down. So since we're talking about the wave heights, let's check on them right now. Still a little bit active out there at around 2 to 4 feet, but they've calmed down enough to where they're allowing the advisory to expire. But for now, here's what we're looking at this morning. A rather quiet start with a few passing clouds, but really that's about it. We will be under a partly cloudy sky moving forward. The rest of the northeast, just a little bit of lake effect still developing in some spots. Otherwise, for us, we're looking pretty good as we move forward today. Futurecast moving forward, we will be under a partly cloudy sky today. Any clouds that develop will begin to back off later on tonight, as will then become mostly clear. As we head towards your Saturday, a lot of sunshine to start, and we'll hold on to sunshine all day long. Maybe a little bit of clouds to the north, but that's about it. By Saturday night, notice some clouds will be passing through, and as we head towards your Sunday, maybe a slight chance for snow that we'll need to keep an eye on. But for now, the focus will also be on the gusty winds. Those could reach up to about 20 to even 25 miles per hour today before they start to calm down for the most part later on tonight. A few scattered gusts still cannot be ruled out at times for a few of us. Then once we head towards tomorrow, not looking too bad in the wind department either. Maybe a quick gust up to 15 miles per hour, and that's about it. Now, temperatures yesterday made into the mid-20s in some spots. It was warmer to the south, almost 30s close to the Rockland area, but further off towards the north, it was a little bit cooler in the northern side of the state. And then, of course, this morning it has gotten cold out there. Temperatures again in the single digits, if not even below zero further off towards the north. These numbers may fall a little bit more before we hit our final low temperatures this morning. But for now, our average high temperature is 27 degrees. We'll do mid-20s, so we're close to average today, and then lower 20s Saturday. And then we're back in the low 30s Sunday into Monday, mid-30s Tuesday. And then here we go, a cool down Wednesday and Thursday. We are back in the teens. So your forecast for today, mid-20s, partly cloudy and breezy. Northwest wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. By tonight, here we go, 2 below under a mostly clear sky, and the northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, we have lower 20s under a mostly sunny sky, and that west wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. All righty, let's check out your extended forecast. Partly cloudy Sunday with a slight chance for snow and highs in the low 30s. Mostly cloudy Monday with highs in the low 30s. Then there it is, a chance for rain and snow on Tuesday with highs above freezing in the mid-30s.
Hank's Husqvarna is your trusted full-line Husqvarna dealer, offering you everything you need for your outdoor projects. From high-performance lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers to chainsaws, trimmers, battery-powered and powerful snowblowers, we have just what you need. Every piece of equipment is fully set up, serviced, and ready for use by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or new equipment sales, make your way to Hank's Husqvarna in Carmel or Newport.
He lose his shirt.
I've never seen anybody lose their shirt.
I guess deny and delay didn't work today. Now look at him.
Who's the law firm?
The law offices of Joe Bornstein.
If you've been injured in an accident, call Joe. The law offices of Joe Bornstein. Maine lawyers working for Maine people.
Tell the insurance company you mean business.
When bad allergies attack, trust Claritin to keep you in the game. Nothing has proven more powerful for continuous non-drowsy allergy relief. Live Claritin Clear.
Your favorite restaurants were half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
Goose River Farm and Meat Store is conveniently located on Route 3 across from Hammond Lumber in Belfast. They have a wide selection of meat and poultry, including beef, pork, lamb, chicken, duck, rabbit, and turkey. Open Tuesday through Saturday.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
I'm 100% ready to fall in love.
He's perfect. It's sinking in that these other girls are dating my boyfriend.
You act like you don't care.
He knows how I feel.
I did not know how hard this is going to be.
China is debuting its youngest class of baby pandas. Around 25 panda cubs made their first public appearance on Thursday as part of a Chinese New Year celebration. I love this video. It's just like, what? Okay, the panda parade. The group, all born in 2024, are from two of China's panda research centers. Caretakers put dragon fruit on the cubs' feet and pressed their paws on a special New Year backdrop to leave their print. The cubs also had a chance to play with the New Year's decorations. Chinese New Year falls on January 29th this year, right around the corner. According to official data, the wild giant panda population has almost doubled since the 1980s. The global captive population of giant pandas is around 750.
So cute.
Look at that.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
And finally, the rare flowering of a stinky endangered plant drew thousands of devoted fans to a greenhouse in Sydney, Australia on Thursday. The corpse flower, known for its smell of decaying flesh, is traditionally found in the Sumatran rainforest in Indonesia. The plant only flowers every 7 to 10 years in the wild. There are thought to be only about 300 of the plants in the wild and fewer than 1,000 worldwide, including those in cultivation. Kind of strangely pretty, but they stink.
I know. I would go see it. I would wait in line for that.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, looks like we're about out of time. We hope you have a great day.
Brandywine Graphics makes it easy. We are the top source for screen printing, embroidery, branded merchandise, and direct-to-garment printing. With 25 years experience, state-of-the-art equipment, and a commitment to excellence, why trust your apparel products with anyone else? And now, Brandywine Graphics can easily launch online stores for your school or organization. Simply design your products from brands like Eddie Bauer, Carhartt, and more. Share the link and we'll do the rest. Like we said, Brandywine Graphics makes it easy. Find out more at brandywinegraphics.com or at our Hamden location.
Are your basement walls bowing, crumbling, or failing? Hi, I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems, all things basementy. Our stable lock wall system offers a patented, affordable, and permanent solution to save your foundation walls. It stabilizes, fills voids, and structurally repairs, leaving a new smooth surface. All the strength of new walls. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basementy.
Come stop by Triple S Tack Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
All That's Metal, Bangor Family Chiropractic, Coastal Auto Parts Bangor, Color Concepts, Sedation Dental, and Barney Mazda.
You're watching ABC7 Bangor.
Good morning, America. Troops arrive at the southern border. Is relief on the way for Southern California? And which Super Bowl?
More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, a jury considers the verdict in the trial of a Milford man accused of attempted murder.
Plus, we'll also hear about a referendum effort that's taking shape to improve gun safety in the state of Maine.
And we'll hear how a nationwide egg shortage could impact Mainers. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us. It's finally Friday.
It is.
Everybody,
it feels like
I think, is happy about that. We'll have all the day's news coming up, but first to check that forecast. Starting off pretty cold out there. It was like -2 when I headed into work this morning. Things will get back up into the 20s today. The good news is no big storms going to happen over the next couple of days, so be kind of quiet so you can get on your comfy clothes and just kind of sit around this weekend if you want to.
Comfy weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Looking forward to that.
Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.